Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel as a Tarek Cloud Surfer here on ESOSU Gaming, ready to start an overall review of Pokémon Scarlet and Violet. What I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy, what was the best, what was the worst, let's go into it. Thank you very much for being here, your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions, a whole bunch of individuality, creativity and responsibility as well. Let's start the review with the early game, with the first moments, the first seconds even into the game, okay? When you are into the game, introduced to this new world, not open yet, I think that the tutorial is a bit too long and limiting. Yes, you can't really explore too much, you can't really get out of there, you know, you have that part when you meet Miraidon, you can't walk in front of it to make things go faster, but on the positive side, I really enjoy how we gain access to our starters. I really enjoy how you get to know a little bit your starters and the things they are interested into. It's a very unique and different way from the other games that we have to be introduced and actually interact with our starters before we choose them. I think it's the first time that we get to interact with the starters before choosing them, okay? Because in the other games you choose your starter, then you get to know it, right? Then we are also introduced with Nemona, and we can already understand what type of character she is, and her attitude is pretty much the same, it only scales a little bit throughout the game, alright? I really like that, how she's introduced to us in a way, and she keeps being that way, or even better throughout the whole game. And overall, the early game, the first hours perhaps, they give you a sense of wow, exploration, you got so much to do, but also a feeling of relaxation and comfort that allows you to sink in and get ready to start your adventure. And to finalize this point, I also like to say that the scale, or not the scale, how they set up the scale for the future game, for the things that are to come, is very well done, especially with Miraidon, because we see it flying, we see it coming to that battle form, but then we see it getting weaker, and then we get the mission, the responsibility to take care of it, and throughout the whole game you nurse it back into its full potentiality, making a deeper connection with that specific Pokemon, because not only that, throughout the whole game you are always traveling with it, right? So I think that's a very big part of the start of the game, of the early game, of the intro, the tutorial, and when you finish that, getting to know and to really care about Miraidon or Koraidon, because we need to nurse it back to its full potential. Alright, let's move on. The first steps into the real open world really happen after Director Clavel speeches ends, right, and the treasure hunt starts and whatnot, and from there on you are really free. And before that, if you remember, you got the opportunity to explore the school, the academy I say, a little bit, take some classes and things like that, but I believe, I know, in my opinion, it was a bit underwhelming, the school experience. It's not a big problem for me, but if it is in the game, like, it should be a bit better. There is no reason, there is no reward to take those classes or to interact with the teachers. I only got a really good interaction with the nurse and Director Clavel, because I just didn't felt like I'm out in the world exploring. I don't want to go back and take some useless classes, you know what I'm saying? So I think the school life and the school in general could be improved. What I explored the most was the library with all the books that we can read there. That's a very cool touch over there. But other than that, the school life or your interaction with the school, and it's a bit like unnecessary to be the academy if you don't really have that life. I think a game that really depicts that very well is Fire Emblem Three Houses, where you are really in that academy, in that school, and you really have that school life, right? And it didn't sacrifice any of the other elements of gameplay in that element. But after the speech is over, after you go on in your treasure hunt, you are truly and utterly free. But I have to mention, you're not truly free, because there are some areas where the Pokemons, trainers, and the objectives that you must do there are too overleveled for your Pokemon, so you can't explore them, you can't really progress in those areas, and some areas are covered by natural barriers that you can overcome later in the game. So that's cool, that's nice. It gives a little bit of direction to where you must go next without being very imposed or obvious into you. One thing that I really did not like in this aspect of you can go anywhere, which was actually the reverse. It was when something was too easy. For an example, I did the Psychic Gym in Alfornada, right? And my Pokemons were like level 40. And I thought that the gyms would scale in comparison to your team. So I did them in a very weird order, right? So then after that gym of the Psychic Gym, I think it was my 4th or 5th, I went to do the Bug Gym, which is right next to it, in Cortondo, right? And the Bug Gym had level 16s, and I got really disappointed because so far into that point of the game has been nicely challenging, right? It has been really cool, offering a challenge, but also not being super hard where you have to grind a lot or get a lot of items to do a certain task, right? So then here I go looking for the challenge, and then the gym leader has level 16s, level 20s, and I really felt disappointed because I really thought that the gym leaders will scale with you, but no, they scale through areas, which is okay. Perhaps it was just my expectation that attacked me and hurt me there, but it's like, why make an open world game where you can choose the order if you make the gyms? Imagine that I will choose the Bug Gym for last when my Pokemon is like level 60 and she has level 16. It will be even more ridiculous, right? I really didn't enjoy that. But speaking about gym leaders, I really enjoy the gym leaders. I really enjoy the gyms. I think we could have more battles with the trainers at the gym. Not you don't battle in every gym with the trainers from the gym, right? That you usually have on the other games. I think it gives a bit more sense of grinding and progression, and you filling out what type of Pokemons they have, what is the leveling and whatnot. I think that missed out a little bit. The challenges were okay, some were actually fun, others were like, what? Right? But they weren't too bad. The gym leaders in themselves were really cool. I enjoyed most of them, really, like as a character and as a gym leader, their team, their typings, how they battle and whatnot. I really enjoyed them. And for me, the one that gave me a tougher time was Larry, the normal type gym. Tell me in the comments down below which gym was more problematic for you, and which gym and gym leader did you enjoy the most. And if you are enjoying this video, I would appreciate a lot if you drop a like button. And right now we are talking about how we interact a little bit with the gym leaders and how we can know them better, and we can go without speaking about the Elite Four, because you meet the Elite Four really early, and in many games you don't even know the Elite Four before you reach into their chambers, and they are just there waiting for you. So I really enjoy the fact that you meet them really early. I think when you go for your 3rd gym, you meet your teacher that is a member of the Elite Four, right? And from there on you interact with more members of the Elite Four, which really is really good because it makes a great connection between you, the region, the strongest trainers, and how they like to do things, how they like to observe and take care of the younger trainers that they see potential into. And it makes the region feel alive, right? It makes the region feel like there is something going on. You see that are people that care about the growth of other people into powerful trainer and person in general, right? And I really enjoy that we can meet some of the Elite Four. Actually, you meet everybody of the Elite Four before you defeat them, right? So just a little thing over here. Why does Pokemon games keep including two answers? You can choose 2 answers that lead to the same outcome. No matter what you choose as an answer when somebody asks you something, it will lead to the same outcome. Just stop doing it. It's annoying. It kind of offends me. Why do you give me a choice that leads to 2 choices, I mean, that leads to the same conclusion? Just make it simple, make it direct, you know what I'm saying? Another thing that the developing team of this game did really well was the areas, the different biomes, the different aspects, the different Pokemon that were selected to appear in certain biomes. The areas that we explore are very, very diverse. They feel different, they look different. The music as well contributes to that different ambiance, and just it does not feel boring at all. Exploring the world is for me the best experience in the game. It's not the story, it's not the battles, it's not the interaction with people and places. It's just me riding around in my Miraidon. As you can see, I have Pokemon Violet. It just feels great exploring the world, you know? And I think the areas are very, very well developed. They look great, distinctive, and unique, and I love that. By the way, all the Pokemons, not all, but the big majority of all new Pokemons, all new evolutions, all new forms, bro, thank you. They are great. Shout out to the design team. They are great. Every time I saw a new Pokemon, I was like, whoa, I want this, I want that. I saw the new evolutions of Primeape and Bisharp. Whoa, I love this, I love that. The design of Koraidon and Miraidon. At first, when you see them in the box or in the trailers, they look weird, but then in the game it makes a lot of sense, their design and the way they look, the colors and the way they sound as well. And guys, please, the music is perfect. The music is perfect. Bro, there is banger after banger in the imported battles. The music in the world, it's so cool. It's kind of exciting, smoothing or whatever, but it doesn't perturb you, it doesn't distract you. And the exploring the route, the just exploring the overall music swifts so well and smoothly into battle music. Also, the transition between exploring and battle moment is great, and when you finish the battle, you can notice that, especially when you are fighting double battles, when you defeat a Pokemon and their Pokemons are winning a XP, the battle continues. It doesn't stop for you to see the stats that you win or not, or whatever. It just continues fluidly, okay? And just that makes a perfect experience. Plus, walking around the world, right? Walking and exploring, and then you meet a Pokemon, you go into battle, and you get out of battle in a so fluid way, and the changes, the smooth transitions between music of exploring and battle are the key factor. And in fact, the battle music and the exploring music, the world music, share a lot of notes and a lot of keys and a lot of segments, which contributes to the really smoothness. And that might not be very important for many of you as a gameplay experience, but for me it was like really, bro, on point, really perfect. I really enjoy that. Every time, if you go watch the live streams here on the channel, you'll see me complimenting and calling that out, how smooth the experience are. The graphics might be a bit bad and rough, you have some bugs and whatnot, but let me tell you, the buildings look great as well. The important, and I told that in my prediction, what I was expecting from these games, that the buildings, the important people will look great and the rest will look normal, okay? And we also need to point out that the Pokemon textures, the 3D model, or not but the person models, how they move, how they have expressions, awesome, perfect. I was really expecting that, and it's on my video, which you can check right here. I was really expecting that, because from the trailers and like me knowing that they will not make the overall world great, they had to make the Pokemons great, they had to make the people great, otherwise the game would make no sense. But right now, it's just, I feel nostalgic just by recording this video here, playing a little bit. I just feel nostalgic. I finished the post game 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So, and the music, the characters all contribute to that, okay? So, I think now we are reaching a very important, at least for me, topic, which is the difficulty of the game. So, recent titles of Pokemon games have been known for being extremely easy, alright? So this game was not extremely easy. It was not hard. Some moments were challenging, like for me to do Giacomo's Team Star base, I had to do it 3 or 4 times because my Pokemons were actually leveled. They were a par in leveling, but I was still losing, so I had to train a bit more, get some TMs, get the right ones on the team, and then I was able to finish it. Okay, so the game is not hard. The game is not easy. I think it scales very well. It is challenging. It impels you to go and do those challenges. I wanted to do the gym leaders. I wanted to do the Titans. I wanted to go and defeat the Team Star bases. I was excited for that. My live streams will be a lot exploring a little bit, go and do something real quick because I really want to do it, come back to explore the area around the next challenge or whatnot. Okay, so when it comes to the gyms, okay, actually some gyms were tough. Some gyms were tough. Larry's gym for me was a bit tough. Iono also posed a great fight. Then I had really easy gyms. The bug gym was really easy because I was over leveled, and the ghost type gym as well was very easy for me. And the psychic gym was a bit challenging as well, but it wasn't a great problem, you know. Then the Team Star challenge is cool, is interesting, but doing the same thing 5 times is a bit boring, and the only challenging part is really defeating the boss of Team Star. Doing the Let's Go battles is like, this is so easy, I'll do it in 2 minutes and I still have 8 to go, right? So 10 minutes for 30 Pokemon is way too long. It's too long, bro. Okay, make it like 5 minutes and it will be very challenging, or scale it. If it is your second base, instead of 10 is now 7. If it is your third base, instead of 10, now it's 5. If it is your fourth base, now it's 4. In the last base, you only have 3 minutes. And make it, they could also make it the bases more tricky, you know, where you have to not only use your time to defeat the Pokemons, right, but also you had to go to one point to another, and then those big bases would actually be more difficult because you also have less time to do them. Something like that. I think it is a great idea, a lot of potential, the Team Star bases, but not really, really well developed. They weren't bad experiences, but they weren't good experiences as well. You know, it was just like, I want to defeat the boss, I want to battle with the boss, and that's what really was motivating me, because it was challenging. Those bosses were actually challenging, alright? Because the Let's Go battles, great feature, by the way. When I saw it in the trailers, I thought I would not enjoy it, but I ended up enjoying it a lot. I just wish we could get EV training through the Let's Go feature, but in the Team Star battles, the Let's Go battles were super easy. If I had good time matchups, it would just be super easy as well. And when it comes to Titans, I think that it could be a bit more challenging as well. I think I only lost once and it was against the first Titan. It wasn't really a problem to do the Titans or to find them. I think the Titans should not be too difficult of a battle. They should be like the Titan hides, and you have to go and look it. That happens with one of them, but it's actually really easy to find them again because the map tells you where they are, so it's really easy to go and do them. I think it could be a bit more challenging or a bit more time consuming, you know, because that you can make a video game event feel hard or feel challenging just because it was time consuming, you know what I'm saying? So I think the gyms, they got the gyms really, really right. They got the Team Star bases a bit wrong, and the Titans was a very cool idea, well done, but not challenging. And as I said earlier, for me the best experience is riding your Miraidon or Koraidon and exploring the world. I think for me they really did it well, how you can move in your Miraidon and Koraidon, how you upgrade it, and how you can explore the world is really, really good. And when it comes to about exploring the world, you can fight a lot of items, you can find a lot of items in Pokeballs, sparkly items, and TMs. So about making TMs, I think it's a very good idea, but it didn't work out for me. I basically never made a TM. I made like once or twice, and let me tell you why. It's not hard to find items, but sometimes I want to make this TM and I don't know what item I am missing because it's in interrogation mark. So I don't even know what item should I be looking for, and I will just F it, right? But touching the TM's points, being able to remember moves from the summary of your Pokemon, great continuation from Legend Arceus. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was really great, and for me it was very important because it will balance a lot the fact that I can't really use the TMs, I can't really make these new TMs because I don't have the materials, I don't even know what materials do I need to get them, but this Pokemon over here has some good moves that it can remember, and the fact that you find a lot of TMs in the overworld makes it perfect. And now we reach, for me, the most negative point of the game, the most negative aspect of the game is the empty towns. Empty as in literally empty. You have towns with like 3 houses, 4 houses, and then houses as in empty, as in what is available for you to do there, the interest for you to be in there, and the people also being empty, okay? Because I like to use a good example here, which is the Sword and Shield games, where the towns are a bit empty as well. You don't have a lot of to do there. Some towns are just straight lines, right? They're just straight lines and you pass through them, but you can enter the houses. You get, bro, I was really shocked. If you go and watch my live streams, the first time I realized, wait, we can't enter the houses. I was like, I literally said, what's the point of the towns if you can't enter the houses? Because since I remember me, my little big head has playing some Pokemon, I was going into every single building, every single person that is in the town, the Pokemon Center, the Pokemart in the corner over there, in the National Park in Johto. I will talk to them, right? And they will give you items. Now, I understand. You have a lot of items in the ground, a lot of TMs in the ground, but it feels more special when somebody gives you something. A person or a Pokemon. The person is walking with that Pokemon and that Pokemon found something and gave it to you. Or they tell you something about the town, why we live in this way, how we came here, like Floroma Town in the Sinnoh games. They tell you it was a wasteland, but then somebody was very grateful because a flower bloomed or something. And then Shaman came along, you discover that in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and the person wish and fulfillment of gratitude plus Shaman power, which is related to that as well, make a bunch of flowers bloom, and they made that Floroma town. You don't have those stories about the towns in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, alright? And for me, it really, because think about it, you're exploring the overworld. You're passing through the desert, as I am here right now, right? And there is nothing. You have the trainers, and that's it. There is no people, there is only Pokemon and nature. And then you reach the town, and they are as equally vacant and empty as the overworld. But the overworld makes sense to be empty. That's just like real life, right? If you go out of town, it's just grass, trees, animals, the wind, the sun or the moon, and the stars, and that's it. But then in real life, when you reach a town, you hear noises, you go to the stores, you talk with people that tell you something. So basically, you only go to the towns in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to go to the shop, to do the gyms, and that's it. You know? And I think it's a waste of time, a wasted chance, a wasted opportunity, because Spain and Portugal, yes, this is also inspired in Portugal, many people don't know that, but these games are inspired in Spain and Portugal, right? They have a lot of culture, they have a lot of little things that you don't do, see or find anywhere else in the world. And I live in Portugal, so I've went to Spain many times, and I know some Spanish people. So I think there was really a lack of the towns giving you a sense of Spanish, Portuguese, and the Pokemon world culture. Because you have certain traits of Pokemon world culture, for example, the battles, the Elite Four, the gyms, the contests in other regions, right? That they are in various regions, and that I think that's something that they really missed on. They really missed on. Just a little note, by the way. Picnics and sandwiches, for me, a bit useless. You have so many items of sandwiches. You can eat ice creams and gain powers as well. So I think it was a bit of a waste doing that. They could have used more code and time for other stuff. Personally, I didn't do a lot of picnics, right? But I understand and I can see some more slow paced players that like to play and watch their Pokemons in the picnics. So I think the picnics, or just being able to play with your Pokemons, that must be in the game. But the whole thing of sandwiches, like, they did it way better with the curry on Sword and Shield, by the way. I would enjoy cooking some curry. I can remember right now me playing with my girlfriend and we making some good ass curry for our Pokemons. That was great. Now making a sandwich is just not fun at all. I think it's really useless. Not the picnic, the sandwich. And now it's time to talk about the new mechanic, terrestrialization. It's very cool. I really enjoy it, as in the animation, how it looks. I do believe that the world that we have that doesn't look great and the bugs that we have are that way because they spend a lot of time and resources working on terrestrialization. Bro, I'm sure because it looks so good. It looks really good, alright? And it's fast, the animations are kind of fast for the type of thing that it is, and as in a battle mechanic in itself, it's very cool, alright? And the whole storyline, as we still don't know everything. I'm still waiting for some expansions, and I'm waiting for Kalos expansion and Unova expansion, because Kalos is France, really close to Spain, and that maybe they can do some islands expansion, because Portugal and Spain as well, they have some. Portugal has more islands, but Spain also has some islands. But Portugal also has a lot of islands, so they can do that, or they can do the Unova expansion, because Unova is inspired in America, and America is to the left of Portugal, all the way across the sea. So we could see that, but I'm waiting for some expansions where they will bring a new legendary that has something to do with terrestrialization. I'm sure about it, right? And as a battle mechanic, I think it's very good. I think it's really good. I think it's well balanced. It's exciting. It brings variability. It brings a bit of unpredictability without being just chaotic and pure RNG, right? But one thing I have to notice is that somehow when I was exploring the world and I saw a Terra raid or I saw a Terra Pokemon, I wasn't like, bro, let's go, I need to catch it. This is so cool. It was like, you know, it wasn't very, like getting you. It was a getting you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember every time I saw a purple Dan on Pokemon Sword and Shield, I had to go. You know what I'm saying? I had to go. I can't miss this opportunity of having a G-Max, a Shining, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, I think they could redo something better, relearning from Pokemon Sword and Shield, the curry sandwich thing, and the max raids, or the max layers, and the terror raids could be. They should have a bit more incentive for. I think it's not very. At least for me, it wasn't calling me out very much, but nothing wrong about it. That does not perturb the gameplay of the game. It's just a personal. One thing to notice about the overworld, as well as the balance between nature and the balance between civilization, is very good. You have a lot of both. We have some big cities, medium cities. You have big forests, small forests. I know the overworld is super big as well, but the towns, even though they are empty, they feel like they are really a part of the world. And in Sword and Shield sometimes it was weird because it would feel so weird to reach a town. Like, why is that town here in Pokemon Sword and Shield? It was so weird. Sometimes we had a weird placement here. I think it's just very well done, the balance between. And by the way, why are all future forms machine-like? I know the Pokemon universe as a kind of a dark future, but why? Why? Especially when it's already known that we have different timelines in the game. So, spoiler alert, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spoiler alert. The time machine at the end game, supposedly it could access to different timelines. So why all of the Pokemon that we get from the future are machine-like? They could just be different. I don't know, a Hariyama with 4 arms because it developed stronger, or an Hariyama that develops psychic abilities. I don't know. Why does it need to be all machine-like? I like the concepts, I like the designs, I just don't like everything was a machine. But let me tell you, I did enjoy the darker vibe that they carry by just being machines and their soulless eyes. But I think we could have something different from a different timeline. And let's go. By the way, check the links in the description down below to reach my content and my beautiful partner's content as well. So, we have to talk about, for me, the best part of the game, as in storyline, the end game. Where after you finish all the gyms, after you become Elite 4, after you finish the Team Star thingy, and after you do the Titans, you go to Area 0. And let me tell you, Area 0 was very, very well set up. As I said earlier in this video, right on the early game and the first steps into the world, they set up the scale very, very well. And it pays off. It pays off because the Area 0, first, the music. The music on Area 0 is great. It's not outstanding. It's not wow. But it gives you a feeling that some serious shit is about to happen. And it does. But it's not just crazy, random, impactful stuff. It has some connection to the characters, the world, and your Miraidon, right? So it is great. It is such... The end game is, for me, the best moment of Pokemon story. Maybe not the best, but it's right there at the top, And the Area Zero in itself, it's great. I think that you see a lot of the same Pokemon in Area Zero. They could introduce a bit, just some different Pokemon that you already met before, right? Just to feel a bit more lively. It feels a bit repetitive because you still need to go from base 1 to base 4 and then go to that cave, and it's kind of repetitive. It's cool. It's only a place where you find Glimmoras. So that's wow, I only saw them here, which gives them also some sense of being special. And then, bro, you reach the bottom of the cave, those huge crystals, bro, right? Beautiful. And you know that all the lore that you have been fed into, your Miraidon getting its powers back, Professor Turo or Sada talking to you, and some weird stuff starts to happen. And you reach the bottom of the cave, and in this beautiful, crazy beautiful scenario, in the bottom of a cave, you can feel the danger, something is up, and you are right about to discover everything. It's perfect. And the battles, the last battles, the music is a banger, and the last battles are so cool. What Professor Turo and Sada say, how you interact with them and make them respond to you, it's great. It's really, really great. And talking about great, I have to talk about, for me, I think it's a very personal opinion, at least I did not heard anybody else talking about this. Nemona is the best rival that we ever had in all the Pokemon games, okay? Let me tell you why. First, she's not an asshole, right? Gary or Blue, Silver, they are some pricks. Then you have May, which is I think before Nemona, May or Brandon were the best rivals. Because then you go to Barry in the 4th gen, he's a weird rival. you know. Then you go to Bianca and Sharon, great, but it's different, you know, it's 5th gen. 5th gen is special, 5th gen is special, it's, right? Then you go to 6th gen, and you don't have a rival anymore. Then you go to the 7th gen, he's not even the whole arc of Hope is helping him go through the fact that he's always losing instead of him improving, right? And that's the wait. Gen 6, you have all those friends, you don't really have a rival. Gen 7, how? Not a rival, a friend. And it all starts when they pick the Pokemon that is weaker to you. But I know Nemona did that. But Nemona is a champion, bro. Nemona is a champion rank. Keep that in mind. There is no other rival besides Blue for 5 minutes that is a champion. Alright? And that's super important. Okay? Because taking that into consideration and Nemona's attitude towards you, she wants to see you grow. She knows that you are just starting your journey because she already started her journey long ago. And she uses a weaker team. She chooses the weaker starter because she knows she's stronger than you. Okay? And I think that's really important. Then her personality and attitude, even when you are in Area 0 and things start to get weird, she just wants to go through and battle some strong new Pokemon. And that helps the group to feel better and stronger. And the fact she's a champion and she wants to help you grow, and it always feels like every time you battle with her or you are about to battle with her, it always feels like she's about to bring a whole team of 70s or 80s and clap your ass. But actually she's a mild challenge. She's not too hard or too easy. It's really cool, and I really like her attitude. Battle, because we have to remember something. It's a Pokemon game. It's about the Pokemon battles. And what is the rival there to do? To battle with you, to be a part of your story as an antagonist or a friend. And in this case, Nemona was always a possible antagonist because she was stronger than you, right? She already got the gyms, she already made the elite test, whatever, whatnot. But she was still with you on your journey, watching you grow, because she was too strong for everybody around her and she saw potential in you. So she was selfish and a good person at the same time, because she trained you and you get stronger, or the character gets stronger, so the character benefits and she benefits as well because she finally has somebody at her level. Alright, so I really think Nemona is the best rival that we ever had. And that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please tell me all your opinions in the comments down below. Drop a like, subscribe, and check the links in the description down below. I love you all. It was a pleasure making this video for you. Check more videos, catch me live here and on Twitch, and I see you soon as a Cloud Surfer surfing out.